If we wanted to create a print method that goes through the array and prints out every single thing, we could use a variety of different ways, including a for loop. We'll start at 0, and we'll go through the rows and we'll go through the columns. Now I do know that this array is 3 by 3, so I could simply say that I goes to less than 3, I++, but I could also use the length of the array. We just have to be careful when we are defining the length of the array. So if we just start with this and do, so we can use the first for loop to traverse this first one-dimensional array like we were talking about before. So we can go to cubby at 0, and that would be right here. And then afterwards we can go through 0, 1, 2. And then we want to go to cubby at 1. And when we're at cubby at 1, then we want to go to book, 0, basketball, 1, and doll, 2. So we'll use two for loops, one to get into that first one-dimensional array, and the second to traverse the second one-dimensional array. So we need a second counter. Let's do j equals to 0, j less than 3, j++. And now we're going to print out cubby at I, j. Let's make sure that we've closed our braces. Looks good. Okay, let's run it. So we're expecting for this to print out cash register, boots, soccer ball, book, basketball, and so on. Okay, so it did it. Cash register, boots, soccer ball. A little bit hard to understand without anything else. We could concatenate on some commas or something like that. Or instead of writing our own print lines of code, we could also make this a separate print method. We could call it like a 2D print or something like that. We can actually call a built-in method that will convert our two-dimensional string array into a string, a single string representation, and print it out. So we talked about one-dimensional arrays and being able to use the array library and the toString method to convert a one-dimensional array. Let's see if we can do that here as well. So we had to import. And let's see if we try to print it out. So let's use the same line of code we had here. So let's see what happens if we try to use this. So what this has given us is an address where something is stored, and then an address where something is stored, and an address where something is stored. This looks very, very similar to what happens if I just take my array and put the name of the array straight into a print statement. It gives me an address. What it's doing is it's just printing out the location where the cubby array is stored. And when I tried to